Welcome to Big Red Leads. I'm Big Red, getting you and your business back to the black. How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. Got a few things to discuss today. Wanted to touch base with everybody and make sure everyone's cool in this sense. Do you understand the difference between confidence and arrogance? Like, are you competent when it comes to getting things done? That's a real thing. Do you have the capabilities on getting things done? A lot of times we get caught up in the quote unquote nonsense of too busy worrying about what other people think and not understanding the fact of the matter is we don't have time to put up with the nonsense. So are you going to push the nonsense out of the way or simply just let it lie? Let it be. Let it be. Like, sometimes it can be a very difficult thing for a lot of people. A lot of folks that I have personally spoken to, a lot of friends who've we've had those conversations. Is this person capable of receiving the information that has been given to them? Is this person capable, or do they have, or do they even have the ability to take the information in, let it ruminate, and actually execute on the information? For a lot of people, this can be difficult, and I get it. Like we have loved ones, we have people that we care about, that we really just. A lot of times we let a lot of stuff slide because we care for this person or this fellow employee or this coworker or this person who just so happens to be have a an extra layer, if you will, in a part of your life outside of the job, the career, the work, the workspace. Like, why do we do that? Why? Why? I'm asking this. This is a real question. It's a real situation in this sense. Everyone knows somebody who you let get away with murder for whatever reason. Whether they're constantly lying, like just they're not serious about the task at hand, they're not goal oriented. At the same time, they want to continue to live this juvenile lifestyle that is affecting everything around them. So, but yet they have this air about them, this confidence about them, like they're doing everything correctly. Now, here's the thing. I'm not here to judge what you do or how you do it, but please believe this. If it's affecting more than just me, and the other people around us that need this person to perform and function at a high level, it might be time to remove that person. Understand there's confidence, there's arrogance, and, and like I said, are they capable of comprehending what they're doing and the damage that it's causing? I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. This is many years ago. I was a young salesperson. We had this particular sales agent at the time who would constantly tell us stories about failed attempts at acquiring new customers. Now, there are a lot of lessons in that. But the fact is, this person never really had any significant wins. So not only did it bring our team numbers down and our average down as far as our ratio when it comes to actually closing and getting deals in and getting those assigned customer rates and that actual commission coming in as the group, but it also brought down the morale of the team. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like you talk about the wins, you talk about the losses, but this person, all they did was talk about the negative aspects of everything that was going on. And it didn't work for a lot of us. So one day, one of the team, one of the team leaders, we decided to have a little meeting. We all met at a coffee shop. one morning. This is before we were all supposed to meet up. And it was brung it was everything was kind of put on the table. It's like, well, how do you feel about this particular person? And it's like, as a person, I love this person. As an individual, as a human, I love this person. And everyone kind of agreed. It was, it was consensus across the board. Everyone agreed that, yeah, we love this person. But this person is bringing everybody down. Like you talk about like a mood killer, but they never had the success to back up the talk. Yeah, the confidence was there in the stories, but they never had the numbers that actually backed up what they were saying as far as, yeah, I'm winning all the time. I'm closing all the time. First of all, no one is closing 100% of the deals that they set in front of. You're not closing every single prospect that sits in front of you, paperwork's filled out, check, down payment, or the closing costs and fees are taken in that moment. No one is doing that. Now, can you get better? Of course. But if that activity is destroying the morale of the group, you have to remove yourself, or you have to remove that person. What ended up happening is we ended up voting and got this person removed. Now, here's the beauty of this. Years later, several of us are still friends with that person, which none of us work for that company anymore. That's the crazy part. For the most part, we're all still, very much connected. This person went on to do other things and ended up becoming a successful salesperson in another market, in a whole nother field. But what I'm simply getting at is, do not allow bad behavior, arrogance, ego get in the way of the team aspect or the quote unquote success of the team, especially if this person doesn't have the receipts to back up their winning. Okay? Don't allow it. Do not allow this. It happens too often. You got an aunt or an uncle or a parent who just is constantly telling you about all these successes and wins, but they don't have a dime to show or a receipt to show you some of the successes, some of the things that they claim. Like it's even like as we get older and, let's say you were a high school football star. And when you're speaking to younger people and you're trying to give them something to possibly work on, something that could actually help them. If you're coming from a genuine place, look, here's the thing. I can tell you how I did it, or I can pull up the receipts. I have video of me doing this exact thing I'm talking about doing in actual game time with adversity, real situations that apply to what you're doing. I have knowledge in that field, and I'm going to pass this on to you. Now, whether or not you use it, that's totally up to you. But I'm not finna sit here and continue to listen to somebody who's bringing the morale down and doesn't have anything to back up the wins that they claim that they have. So, who was like that in your life? I want you to really think about that. Like, my mom is solid. Like, when I say solid, like, anybody who knows my mom, she's a gangster in a lot of ways. She's going to tell you what she's going to do, and then she does it. She executes on the plan, and she's got the receipts to back it up. Me and both my sisters can speak on that. However, there are things that she does that drives me crazy and drives my sisters crazy. And if you ask her, she'll tell you. Because there's no way that you can allow somebody to continue to grow in life. Now, this is just in general conversation. There's no way you can allow somebody to be within your circle when you guys have an objective, when you guys have a desired mission that is as the collective, this is the goal that we're shooting for. And someone in that group either has doubt about the group, it's bringing the morale down, or is not even taking the steps for their own self-worth to get better at what their position is. So why do we continue that? Because we care about that person. Now, I'm not saying, forget your feelings. I'm not saying you can't have a strong bond in a relationship with this particular person outside of that field. But what I am saying is you have to nip that in the bud, because believe it or not, those type of illnesses and diseases, because they are an illness and a disease in most cases, especially when it comes to an organization's plans for the future. If you allow that to fester and become a cancer, it can actually taint everything that you've built up simply by allowing it to just be in the room. I know it's a difficult conversation to have, but you need to have these conversations with the people who are in your life. Doesn't mean you got to hang out with them all the time. Doesn't mean that you have to cut them off and never speak to this person again. But what it does speak to is, yeah, you can be confident, but you can't have confidence and arrogance playing that balancing act, and then you don't have anything to back up your quote unquote wins. So I hope this message helps today. Love you all. Have a great one. This is Big Red signing off, saying enjoy your time with the loved ones and friends, and cherish the relationships. If you respect and love the relationships that you have with these particular individuals, you have to be able to have the conversations, because at some point that so-called confidence, that arrogance that this particular person is running around with becomes delusion. And we have to live in the reality of getting things done. Execution is key in all this. Remember, you signed up for this. You want to be a part of this. You cannot allow someone to get into your headspace, especially if they're not paying rent. Love you all. Have a great one. Like, share, definitely subscribe to the channel. Peace, my friends.